side as he is every Monday night. Hey, he didn't play defense, man. It's not his fault. Not his fault. The Colts defense couldn't get off the field. The main focus of your tape tonight is going to be on what Purdy did.
Yeah.
But first, I'm interested in what you saw tonight from Phillip Rivers.
First off, two things. Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
And number two, if he ever decides that he doesn't want to coach high school ball, he can be a head coach in the NFL whenever he wants to. He's a leader of men. But more importantly, I was so skeptical when he decided to come back because I thought about me 5 years after football. I thought about myself at 44. That's not Phillip Rivers. That sort of will, that understanding of offensive play, being able to anticipate what the defense is giving you, but the ability to inspire, the ability to raise the level of the people around you. When I talked to Zaire Franklin before the game, he said, Daniel Jones had done so much for his team. He's still around. But if anybody else had to come here and replace him, it could only be somebody like Phillip Rivers. And that's not based on what that man did in 2008 or what that man did in 2010. That's based on who Phillip Rivers is today. And those kids he talked about that he's in charge of as a head coach in high school.
How lucky are they?
Maybe last week they could have been a little bit skeptical and say, you know what? Coach just went out there and did it. He wasn't scared. This week they can say Coach went out and he excelled. Coach gave his team an opportunity to win.
Wisdom and perspective of an old man and still the ability to play with young men. Really impressive. The stage, though, tonight belonged to Brock Purdy. About a 5-touchdown game. What most impressed you about his performance?
The thing is, the way that Brock Purdy understands what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do, yet can still improvise on top of it and make plays. He's just such a daring thrower of the football. Here you're going to see him use both of his top targets. We're going to get George Kittle, and he's going to run up the field on the corner, and we're going to get Christian McCaffrey to the flat. Now, Brock Purdy's going to get out, and he's going to boot, which is going to get him outside the pocket, and they'll be working on the deep safety here, Cam Bynum. Now, as you watch the play start, it's going to be a great job by the Indianapolis Colts because they're playing a cloud coverage, which matches up perfectly with everything. When you get to this point, if you're Brock Purdy, you see right now that George Kittle is covered. He's basically bracketed inside and out. George and Brock have such a telepathy in the way that they play that he's going to work here and he's going to settle within the zone and watch Brock Purdy find him and hit him with the ball while he's rolling out. George Kittle comes back to the football to be quarterback friendly and catches it in between Bynum and Nick Cross. Now, this right here is just perfect diagramming and schematics by Kyle Shanahan and execution by Christian McCaffrey, outside wide receiver Jennings, and Brock Purdy. We're going to get up the field here, and Christian McCaffrey's going to work up and to the out. The two people that we need to focus on is here, the corner, who's going to be playing cloud, and the inside hook defender, who will be working inside out on Christian McCaffrey. Now, as the play starts, you see it again. It's going to be red too. So the corner on the outside needs to have vision to Christian McCaffrey. If we pause it right here, the corner, if he was paying attention, he'd be looking inside to Christian McCaffrey, and he'd be able to fall off, understanding that the hook defender isn't going to get whipped. He continues to go up the football field with the wide receiver, which is going to give Christian McCaffrey all the room that he needs to get out here, and it's going to be a perfect throw on time by Brock Purdy.
I mean,
this right here, though, Scott, is Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy having a perfect understanding of what they want to do, but also how they want to attack whatever defense they were getting from Lou Anarumo in the red zone, which he knew would be red too because of all the injuries at the corner position.
I'm going to save this question for next week in Atlanta because it has to do with what you like best in the NFC. We're going to see the Rams. We got Seattle in the mix, but we've also got this San Francisco team who could very well be the 1 seed. By the time I see you in Atlanta, we will have had Christmas. Please send my love to your beautiful family and enjoy Christmas.
Thank you so much, brother. Same to you.
My God.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing him in Atlanta. More on this win from Indianapolis as San Francisco, a point shy of their name. Their offense just could not be stopped. They win by 21 over the Colts. We got to, the hell with y'all. We got to start with the faithful. I'm always amazed at the red wherever you all go. We're a long way from the Bay, but you all feel right at home. What is it like to have this type of support wherever you go?
The biggest advantage you could ever imagine in football. This is the first time in my career that I can guarantee
about that earlier. I feel like what it is an organization that has such history, and what it is to me is that there are generations that watch Joe do it, Steve do it, and then they pass it down to their kids, and it's all across the country. And there are a bunch of organizations that have that, but to play for one, you feel it in an advantageous way, don't you?
100%, 100%. The faithful is all across America, not just in the Bay, not just in California. And like you said, those guys won a lot of championships.
Yep.
They had the state of California in the palm of their hand for most of their career. So, we just reaping the benefits.
Well, all right, all love to them, but let's talk about the men in the arena, the people that put it on tape on the field. Your offense, I talked to Morstead, the punter, I said, you don't work. I mean, he literally hasn't punted since November.
That's great.
What is it about the tempo, the rhythm, the play calling that is working at a level like this? What leads to it all?
It's just having all our pieces. We still down a couple.
Yeah, right.
That was just down Ricky, but when you have George, Christian, you got Juwan, you got KB, you got D-Rob, all those guys on the field, it's pick your poison. And Brock processes things so fast, he gets the ball to the right guy constantly, and that's how we get going.
This is his first ever 5-touchdown game. It's the first ever Monday night game for a Niner quarterback with 5 touchdowns, which is crazy. Because of the guys that I just mentioned, like legends, all-timers.
All right.
But what are you seeing from him in a season that I had to imagine at times was frustrating because of the toe and like, man, let me get out there with my guys. But what are you seeing from him right now?
He's resilient, and he has a certain piece about him right now to where he can't get rattled, and he's just really confident in his abilities, really confident in his scheme, and it seeps out his pores, and the whole offense can feel it, and he's our leader, and we follow him.
So the other night I'm watching the Seattle-Los Angeles game, which is bananas, and as the game ends and Seattle wins, I think I had a lot of company and people going, wait a minute, San Francisco has a direct path to the 1 seed. I hadn't considered that. But now that you know it, and you're home for the next 2, and they're Chicago and Seattle, it's good on good. I get that. But as you all realize the path that was in front of you, what was the sense among your group about what was going to be required to get that done? Because it's a hell of a game changer.
Yeah, it's tunnel vision. I told the guys, man, we got to have tunnel vision. We gotta take this thing one week at a time. We got 3 back-to-back 10-win teams, playoff teams, and we got to go head-to-head, and try to allow us to accomplish one of the goals we set out at the beginning of the year. So it's obviously going to be an incredibly hard road, but I think we have the team to do it, and we have the confidence to do it. We just got to take it 1 week at a time.
I was on my guy Murph and Marcus on 680. That's KMBR out there by the Bay. The folks out there know what I'm talking about. And we were talking about your coach, and I said, man, I think Shanahan is as good a coach as there is in a National Football League,
100%.
and I think this is the best job he's ever done, given all you've lost. You lose Fred Warner, I don't know how you can keep going, but you lost, and most. I understand, but to me, Fred's is the heart and soul of that side of the ball. What has been what you've observed that you would give him the most credit for this year? Anything specific that would make sense to us, maybe?
Just standing up in front of the team where, you lose Fred, you lose Nick. When that news hits in the locker room, it's impossible not to get down, right? When you look at Fred, look at his ankle, and how those things worked out, really tough.
All right, for the folks at home,